Buddy, give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, hey everyone, it's Kaylee. I'm the teacher of finances. I had to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb because if I don't, then I get phone calls in the middle of it. It throws my whole live off. So I'm learning one day at a time, right? That's important. So if you're watching live with me, if you're hopping on here, check out if you'll to check out our Thankful Thursday post. Drop a one in the comments. If you are catching it after I've got off live stream, drop a two in the comments, please. I'd greatly appreciate that. So it's Thursday. Most of you know Thursday is my one of my. I always say that every day is my favorite day, I guess, but I do love Thursdays. I love getting to talk about being grateful and things that make me happy as far as gratitude and stuff like that. So Thursdays are always fun for me. I noticed the other day on Tuesday, I had put Thoughtful Thursday. I guess I was thinking Tuesday was Thursday and nobody caught it. I caught it later that day and I was like, oh my gosh, it's not Thursday, it's Tuesday, but that's all right. So, anyways, that was just my oh moment of the week. So, here we go. So, what if I were to tell you that you could change the way you could change your life for the better? And what do I mean by that? Believe it or not, you can change your life for the better by simply being grateful every day. The way that gratitude works in your body is it just allows you to see life from a different angle and a different perspective. I had shared something yesterday about the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's most of the time it's just a Snapchat filter. So it's the same thing. So just depending on how you're looking at your life and how you're looking at the situations you have going on can determine how you're able to accept what's going on in your life. And so with that being said, even Willie Nelson, like I thought this was funny, it was a quote of his, but Willie Nelson even said it. When I started counting my blessings, my whole life turned around. And so today, my question for you regarding great gratitude and thankful Thursday is who is someone you cannot imagine life without? Now, this was hard for me to like really it's really hard for me to just come up with someone, right? One person, because technically I just can't imagine my life without my family. I mean, my family means so much to me. All of my family means so much to me. And so not having some of my family in my life, that's a lot to think about. And so but as far as like who's the one person, I mean, it has to be my husband. And it's my husband because in general we're each other's companion, we're best friends, we're business partners, we do everything together. If I'm having a hard time, if I'm struggling with something, he's the first person I'm going to call. I usually call him and then I immediately call my mom. So kind of typical, but in the Bible it actually says that when you get married, you should leave your family and cleave to your spouse, and that comes from Genesis 2:24. And so we've done just that as a couple. We've built a strong relationship. Like I said, we're each other's best friends, and along with being business partners, we have two different businesses that we run, and we do that well, which can be hard at times because running a business is hard, anyways. And when you're married, doing it can be really hard. But we also get to face those tough times together, and we're always there for support of each other. Um, I always make the comment that the Lord knows what He's doing because if I'm having a rough time or if the kids are working my nerves, He's usually He's calm. But if the kids are working His nerves, then I'm the calm one. It's like He knows how to balance us out, you know. So we just work really well together, and it would be really hard for me if he wasn't in my life and if he wasn't there. But of course, it would be very difficult for me to lose my family or my kids, any of it. I mean, all my family is so much to me. So that's kind of where my mind is with that question. That question, like I said, is a very hard question. It's like a bomb asking that type of question. But something to think about regarding that is spend some extra time with your significant other or your loved ones. Just when you get that opportunity to spend time with those family and the friends and the people that mean the most to you, take advantage of it and utilize it. So then that way, you know, like you put the most into that relationship. And if something were to happen to them, then you wouldn't have to worry, you know, you wouldn't have any regrets because you didn't spend time with them or you didn't make it known that you cared about them. Because sometimes we go through life and we don't always express the way we feel about others or, you know, that we're grateful for others. And then one day you wake up and somebody's not there. And so you never get that chance again. So it's very important to just make sure that you're very open with how you feel about people and who you know, that you care about them and spend time with them. So I came up with a really cool activity that gets your mind to think about ways to be grateful and to kind of put you in the habit of practicing gratitude. And so I found this online somewhere. It's actually online in several different places. And so, but I found this activity and it's called the Grateful Jar. And so this just kind of builds your awareness towards gratitude. But the gratitude jar. It's a simple exercise, and you can actually, you know, you could do it with your kids, you could do it with your family, you could do it with however you wanted to do it. But you could get a jar or a box, and then you just decorate it however you want. You can put ribbons, stickers, glitter, whatever you want to decorate it to make it unique to be your gratitude jar. And then after you decorate it, you just go through every day and think of at least 3 things throughout the day that you're grateful for. It can be as simple as like your coffee place had your coffee in stock and they weren't out. Or I know I love Frank and Joe's and they have seasonal drinks. And so every now and then I get to go get one and I'm always like so happy that they had my seasonal drink. But it could be as much as an event that happened that day. It could be somebody that you're thankful for in your life. Just things throughout the day that you're grateful for. And then you do this every day. You write them down on just little slips of paper and you just fill them in the jar. It reminds me of when I was teaching, we used to do bucket fillers. And so we would talk to kids and we would tell the kids, like, everybody has their own buckets, like your heart, your emotions, and your feelings. And whenever you do something good to somebody, or there's a glare in my face over here. Keep trying to get out of it. But when you do something good for somebody or something nice, then you're filling their bucket. When you do something that hurts their feelings, then you're dipping into their bucket. So you're taking out of their bucket. And this is, to me, reminded me of the same thing. So like you can fill your gratitude jar with all these different things. So then whenever you maybe are struggling or you're going through things in life, you can actually start pulling out the notes and reading through them, and it reminds you of those things that meant something to you before. We did something kind of like this Thanksgiving or around holidays a couple years back, and we got a big pumpkin, and it was our thankful pumpkin. And we set it on the middle of the table, and when we came across something we were thankful for, we just had a Sharpie and we would write it on the pumpkin. And it was a fun activity to do. It's good. Like I said, you could do it with your kids. It can be a family activity because it's super important. I feel like it's like even more important for, of course, us to be grateful, but to teach your kids how to be grateful. Because if you have kids and you know, like, even if you don't raise them up, like if you're not raising them to be spoiled, you know for a fact, like ours just think that they deserve everything. And we always talk about, be happy that you have this, be thankful that we have that, or this or that, or so on. And so kids, teaching them how to be grateful can be difficult. And so doing fun activities like that, you know, brings attention to it, but makes it easier on them. So anyways, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining in and watching with me. If you like this video, you can share it with people, share it to your feed, and then maybe you have people in your life that are ungrateful. Maybe they'll watch it. So anyways, I'm just kidding. But hope y'all have a great day. We have ball games this evening, so I'm going to be wrapping it up soon and waiting for kids to get home, and we'll be heading out to go watch some basketball. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a good evening. Bye.